when you stand on the, I don't know, even just stand somewhere where there's no light pollution and look up at the sky, and that sense of like seeing the sky for the first time and being so ridiculously small, was that to create that sense of wonder in the face of the real natural world? Was that the goal with something like Outgrowing God, which I know you aimed at a younger audience?
Yes, very much so. The first half of Outgrowing God is about sort of debunking God in various ways.
Imagine you take your friend to a 5-star restaurant and you order the best biryani in town. Now the food comes over after a bit of a wait and both of you tuck in, and as you're eating the food you can't help but appreciate and acknowledge the amazing delicate blend of flavors and spices. Eventually compliment the chef and you say to your friend, you know what, the guy that put this meal together, that chef must be a genius, he must be an expert. Now at this your friend stops eating, puts his spoon down, looks you in the face and says, how dare you? How can you say there was a chef? No one made this food. And then he continues to eat. What would you make of this behavior? So the analogy that I've just shared with you is in line with something Richard Dawkins has been suggesting over and over again, which is that, look, he wants you to appreciate the magnificence of this universe. He wants you to appreciate the design of this universe. He wants you to appreciate all of these amazing things, this amazing world around us, yet he does not want you to acknowledge its creator. He says you don't need to believe in God, and somehow he's in a strange way seems to suggest that if you believe in God, this somehow undermines the beauty or the appreciation of the beauty of the world that we live in. I really don't know what he's talking about, but nevertheless, he goes further and he says, or he seems to suggest that religion somehow restricts you or stops you from engaging in science and appreciating this magnificent world. Now, I can't talk for religion in general, but specifically from the Islamic perspective, this is not the case. I've made this point over and over again. And if Richard Dawkins has had taken the time to even superficially study the Islamic tradition and look into the Quran and read it, he would have understood this and wouldn't have made such generalized points, because the Quran over and over again, page after page after page, God encourages us to study, to look into the world, to look into the creation of the heavens and the earth, look into our own creation, to think, to reflect, to ponder, to engage our intellects. Why? Because in all of these things around us, God has placed signs which lead us back to Him and allow us to understand that He is the being that's worthy of all worship and praise. This is the objective. But what Dawkins wants you to do is he just wants you to appreciate the beauty of the universe, enjoy the beauty of the universe, but not be grateful to the one that created it. Exactly in the way that I presented in the analogy, enjoy your biryani, but don't thank the chef. If anything, just ignore the chef and say the chef doesn't even exist, right? It just doesn't make any sense. Now, I'm going to conclude on this point. I want you to really think about this for a second. Let's entertain his idea from atheism, that you're an atheist that denies God, but you should still appreciate and enjoy this universe. What does that even mean, right? What does that even mean on atheism? Where did we get this universe from? How did it end up with this magnificent way that we see it? How did it end up with all of this beauty, with all of this order? Where did it come from? It didn't have to be this way. Therefore, it's a mark of a rational mind, like I've said before, to question that which did not have to be. The universe did not have to be ordered and structured in this magnificent way. If it is, then why is it this way? Who put it this way? These are natural questions we ask as human beings. But on atheism, there is no answer. It's all one big accident, full stop. That leaves the human being in a very frustrating position, right? Very frustrating position. And I ask you, do you want to end up in this position? Do you want to cut yourselves off from the truth when you get to that point? Or do you want to really inquire further and look beyond what Richard Dawkins is suggesting or saying? And I really encourage you to do this. That being said, let me know your thoughts below. If I haven't said it already, I'm going to link some of the verses from the Quran relating to where God encourages us to study and look into the heavens and the earth and into the universe, etc. Just for those that really want to look into these things further. Let me know your thoughts below. Make sure to subscribe, and until next time, take care.